families safe in their own homes, the Community Partnership of the Ozarks is giving away free home safety kits. The kits include educational materials on suicide prevention and the prevention of substance abuse, safe medication disposal bags, a medication lock box, and a firearm cable lock.
As firearms are the most lethal means for suicide, and amongst all the deaths in Missouri for firearms, 60% are for suicide. So we knew that decreasing the access to those lethal means when someone is seriously considering suicide, we wanted to delay their ability to do whatever the attempt was.
To sign up for a free kit, go to this story at ky3.com.